Welcome on into episode 36 of the Heel Tactics podcast. We are in the aftermath of the Elimination Chamber.
Yes, we are.
We were in the Elimination Chamber.
Yes,
but
we
it was
were.
also just a singles match between us for the predictions title. And it was a tie.
It was a tie.
Both of us put up almost no points. It was a tie. The belt's not being defended again until WrestleMania, so
Yeah.
it's just going to be sitting on the shelf for a while.
That's all right. We both put up 2.5 points out of a possible 6.
Including bonus.
We got Punk defeating Finn, correct? And then we both had. I had Rhea. You had Tiffany in the
final
finals.
two of the women's, and then we got the final two of the men's. Correct,
Cody and
both of
Randy.
us.
Yes. So
And
yeah,
yeah, that was
it was
amazing predictions.
great match, 5-star match.
Let's get into the show.
Let's get into it.
We're gonna start off with the women's Elimination Chamber match.
Sounds good.
Actually, let's start with the men's.
Okay.
Bigger news coming out of the men's, I guess.
Yes, I believe so.
With the men's Elimination Chamber.
Before
to
we get into the
preface it-
chamber, Jey Uso on Smackdown started with him being loaded into an ambulance.
Yep.
With Jacob coming into the ambulance with him. Somebody dropped Jey to open up the 6th spot in the chamber. Jacob requests from Aldis that he gets in. Paul Heyman asks that Logan Paul gets in. We're going to have a match at the main event of SmackDown to determine. Match happens. Pretty decent match. And we get a masked man appearance.
A masked man.
And they end up demasking him.
Random
Dude. Whatever. And then, Logan low blow Jacob? Yeah. Paul got up on the apron to distract the ref. Jacob went up to him. Logan Paul low blowed him.
Didn't Drew come out or no?
Oh, yeah, because Jacob came out of that. Drew hit Jacob with the belt. Roll up pin by Logan. That's how Logan gets into the chamber. So yet again, Drew McIntyre sticking his nose in Jacob's business. So we had Logan
Paul
added
taking
to the chamber.
essentially taking Bronson Reed's spot.
Yes.
In the Elimination Chamber.
Which we said weeks ago. They should have just had a rematch later in the night and have Logan go in.
So we got the men's chamber. Cody Rhodes and Javon Evans started it off. Then Logan Paul came in, and then Trick Williams came in, and then Logan came in. Everyone ganged up on Logan.
Yes.
It was actually pretty funny. They threw him through the pod too. Trick and Cody did.
Fully expected.
Then LA Knight came in. Then Randy came in. Nobody got eliminated for the first 6 entries.
Yeah.
So nothing really happened there. And then it started. Logan Paul eliminated Javon Evans.
3 eliminations.
Logan Paul eliminated LA Knight. And Logan Paul eliminated Trick Williams.
3 eliminations.
They literally just gave him, I assume, exactly what Bronson Reed was going to do.
Yeah.
I assume Bronson Reed was going to eliminate all 3 of those guys.
Probably
And
so.
they just swerved and let Logan did it.
Yeah.
Which, fine. Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't mind it.
And then the crap starts happening. They take Trick out, and they just never close the door.
Yep.
They just don't close the Elimination Chamber door. The ref doesn't call for it to get closed or close it himself. Nothing. They just don't care.
Masked man.
And then the masked man appears. A masked man appears, gets 2 weeks in a row.
Escorted out.
Yes. And then the real masked man shows up.
Yep.
Drops Logan Paul. Gosh, this same thing has happened in the past 4 men's Elimination Chambers at this point, I feel like.
Yep.
Logan gets eliminated by Cody. Masked man takes the mask off, and it is Seth freaking Rollins. With all the stuff with the random other masked men, it was not him in Saudi Arabia.
Nah,
it's not been him a single one of these
shot.
times.
No shot.
This was the reveal. They
I've
kept
said
us
it.
unknowing because it was different people behind the
Yeah,
mask,
I've
like
said
you
it every time. Like, realistically, like you said, when I brought it up, historically, the guy under the mask has been the guy under the mask when they reveal their face. But there's no reason in the TV magic world of wrestling that they can't send a random guy out, do the moveset, and then say later, oh, it was this guy the whole time. It really wasn't, but yeah. So we get Seth. I'm glad Seth's back. I'm so sick of the mask.
I hate that it had to happen in the Elimination Chamber.
Yes,
too.
absolutely.
The Elimination Chamber is a chamber where nobody's supposed to be able to escape.
Fine.
So why can everybody in the world get in?
Jade went in last year in the women's. We had 2 interferences this year in the men's. Let's just leave the door open to the cage. Why not?
We'll get back to the Vision.
Yeah.
The round out Chamber. Drew McIntyre comes out.
Imagine
to
that.
drop Cody. And then Cody and Randy team up, take him out. Randy hits Cody with an RKO, wins the match.
Beautiful. Cinema.
Oh.
When I saw Randy tell Cody to do it, I said, oh, here we go. Cody's going to do it, and then Cody's going to get right up and drop Randy. The moment Cody got to his feet, it was an RKO, 1, 2, 3. We're going to Mania.
Awesome.
I'm here for it.
Absolutely the right choice
Yes.
made for the Chamber.
Yes.
Perfect. Both of us picked Cody Rhodes because we thought it should be Randy, and we thought we weren't going to get what we wanted.
As
But
we usually do with Cody
they
Rhodes.
really did it. They pulled the trigger on Randy going to Mania, and then they make a bad decision.
Yes.
They announce that
Cody
next week on
Rhodes
SmackDown is
versus
Cody Rhodes
Drew.
versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship.
I'm thinking Drew retains.
I'm hoping Drew retains.
I'm thinking we're not going to get a 4-way at Mania with Randy, Jacob, Cody, and Drew. I'm thinking it's straight up Randy, Drew, and we finally get, it comes out that Cody attacked Jacob, Cody attacked Jay, and it's Jacob Cody with Cody actually being the heel.
I
in the feud
doubt
at
Cody
Mania.
attacked Jay. I feel like they're just going to run Vision attack Jay.
Yes, but they need to do something. I don't mind the 4-way. We've been promoting the 4-way this whole time. We actually promoted a 6-man ladder match at one point, but
I've promoted that at many points.
yeah, I will not.
But Damian Priest doesn't exist anymore.
I would not be upset with just a Jacob Cody fight either, because their story is pretty important on SmackDown side.
Especially if you keep it going the right way.
I do not want Cody Rhodes winning the freaking belt. This is so stupid, especially after it was in the contract that Drew signed. There will be no rematch unless Cody earns it through either the Rumble or Elimination Chamber. He didn't earn it.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Aldis is upset that Cody Rhodes got dropped yet again. Where's Jacob's retribution? Where's Sami Zayn's retribution? None of them. It's only Cody Rhodes. Yeah. So let's give him a title match.
Now, it would be simple to let Cody win it and then just run Cody Randy.
Simple, yes.
But in my opinion, when you have something like this set up, you have Drew as champ, which people... I don't know how the WWE universe feels about it right now. But I feel like people prefer Drew as champ right now than the idea of Cody getting the title again right now.
I definitely do, but I don't like Cody, so...
And, I mean, Drew's making SmackDown the best it's been. And you have the ability to rope stuff in.
Yes, if you want to make it a 4-way
instead of
like
just
that.
making it last-minute swerve Cody Randy. Just because Cody Randy is a big money match. Just hold on Cody Randy.
Absolutely. I want Drew
You've already done Cody Randy for freaking King of the Ring.
Yeah. I want Drew to retain on SmackDown. I want Drew to retain at Mania. Even though Randy's my GOAT and I want him to win the 15th title, I want Drew to actually be champ for a while, not just you held it for a couple months and now we're back to just Randy wins it. You know Cody will be the one to beat Randy for it, and then we're back to Cody Rhodes.
I think if Cody beats Drew McIntyre, there's a chance Randy does win the title.
Yeah, at Mania, yeah.
If not, I don't think Randy wins. But I also feel like you could get Jacob Fatu interfering in this title match.
Yes.
Tired of the fact that Nick Aldis hasn't given him a shot at
Absolutely.
Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre cost him his shot in Elimination Chamber twice.
Yep.
He interferes, ruins Cody's title shot, and you still could get
Make
the
it
fatal
a fatal 4-way.
4-way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm fine
you
with
could do
it.
And that would... You could let Drew win. You could let Randy win, but he probably won't. You could let Jacob win, star-making moment.
Yeah, let him have a world title.
In no situation, I really don't think Cody should be walking into Mania as champ, but in no situation should he be walking out as champ.
Absolutely not.
We've seen it too many times. This would just feel like a cheap way to get him a third world title. Because he'd be champ for... If he loses at Mania and wins here, he'd be champ for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely. Be a waste of time.
Like
It'd be a waste of Drew McIntyre.
Still, like, his second reign sucked, but this would be even worse than that.
Yeah. Do you think, say Jacob doesn't interfere, say Cody Rhodes wins, it's Cody Randy. Do you think it's more for the poster of Randy versus Cody, or are they worried that with Cody not being in the world title picture, it's not as important to fight Jacob than just throwing Drew against Jacob at Mania?
I don't think...
You know Drew and Jacob will give you a great match.
I don't think they're worried about Cody Rhodes, like, we gotta get
Starlight type thing.
I think it's for tickets type thing.
Yeah.
Which, spoiler, I think that's the exact reason we're getting Rhea Ripley going for the women's title.
Absolutely.
They just want their faces in the matches.
Mm-hmm.
And not in other matches.
Yeah. Which is why you should make it a 4-way.
A scary thing, because they're just screwing themselves over with this Mania.
Yeah. They're not making a good
They should
Mania.
not have gone to Vegas 2 years in a row and then freaking like doubled the ticket prices.
What are you going to do? That's where we're at.
You're not building excitement because you're doing stale stuff, and it's going to be more stale if you keep doing this, just take our top name and put him in the match.
Yep.
Like, I don't think Rhea Ripley was creative. That wasn't a creative decision at all.
Yeah.
Like, not creative like their creative team, but like a good story idea.
Yeah,
and I think that if you let Cody win the belt going into Mania, that's even worse.
Way worse.
But it still could happen. I mean,
it definitely can. I will not be shocked if Drew's
when
not
this
champ.
episode comes out tomorrow.
Yeah,
everything
could blow up.
Lies on this SmackDown.
Yes, Triple H made the right decision.
I hope Drew McIntyre can get the dub.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can still have Cody in that top billing if you just make it the Fatal 4-Way. It's not hard. Or I have some faith with the fact that Randy Orton actually won the Elimination Chamber.
Yes, the only thing, like, the reason I brought what I said is, like, Cody at Mania, aside from when he came back to fight Seth in the initial, it's always been about the title. Yeah. About the title. Can Cody Rhodes sell the audience on just a feud, not just the title at Mania?
Cody Rhodes can, but does WWE want him to?
Yeah. That's what I'm more so what I'm saying. Can they create the excitement for a non-title feud?
I think Cody Rhodes' stuff without belts on the line
is better than anything with a belt.
Infinitely more interesting. His stuff with Seth when he first came back, even though he shouldn't have beat him in all 3 matches, was way better than anything he's done with a belt.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe the Rock stuff. Like with Rock
Mama Rhodes and all that. Yeah.
And the prospect of him having that Jacob feud with nothing on the line was really exciting, and then they just kind of smushed Drew back into it. Yeah. Which was a bit disappointing for me particularly, but still, I don't know. It comes down to, does WWE want Cody Rhodes going into Mania as champ? Just for the tickets.
Yeah. We'll find out tomorrow when this episode drops.
I personally don't think that'll affect any ticket sales.
No, not at all, because somebody, I don't even remember who it was, one of like the WWE legends on their podcast was like, Cody Rhodes brings the kids bring the parents, which brings up ticket sales. I can't afford to take it for myself.
Yeah.
Let alone paying for my kid or my grandkid or, a family.
You got to be really wealthy to take your kids to WrestleMania.
Exactly. And I'm sorry if I'm a parent who's like a struggling parent or anything, or, even just a doing good parent, and my kid's begging you to go to WrestleMania, I'm looking at the ticket price and saying, we can't do it, bud.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know Cody's your guy. He ain't my guy.
But also,
I'm not paying for it.
I don't even feel like Cody right now is the guy that brings the kids.
Kit Wilson? I would say Kit Wilson brings the kids.
I would say Jey Uso.
Yeet.
But
Kit Wilson brings the kids.
That was so random. What?
Trying to think about who I get most excited for when they
not a kid.
Out. Well, that's a good point. But yeah, Drew interfered, Seth interfered, which resulted in Randy winning,
which results in the Elimination Chamber being pointless because of all the interference.
Stop doing the chamber. If you're not going to do a chamber where they're actually the shark cages needed to happen. They need to either taken out in a shark cage, brought into another chamber to fight, or they need to just be pushed out in a shark cage and dropped.
If you get eliminated,
no one needs to be able to get in.
In reality, if you get eliminated, there should be no gate on the chamber.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
that's what
you should enter the chamber via the pods, and if you get eliminated, just
rise up.
No. It's just you have your 2 sides of the pod that open. You have your front face and you have the back face. The back face is a door that opens with stairs leading up to it. You can get in and out of the chamber. To get out, once you're eliminated, they take you out and then they close that pod and lock it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you could break through the pod.
Which is done 1,000 times.
But just make the door on the back steel or something.
That, or you could do
like the chains.
Even if you just like, I mean, what do you think? The chamber sits a decent amount off the ground. You could take the stairs away. I don't know. Yeah,
if they were to do that,
it'd be cool if they rose up though. Into the pods would be kind of sick. You just
lock the
door and don't let anybody out.
And you don't take the 5 officials to walk Trick Williams to the back after getting hit by freaking, I don't even remember.
Yeah. The only other thing I had to say about the chamber was
that also made Trick look really stupid.
Yeah, but the one thing I was not like I didn't like or anything, but felt Javon was underwhelming.
Oh,
he only did a splash off the top. Like I figured Javon was gonna do something crazy. Mm-hmm. Granted, don't want him getting hurt. And they work him like a dog, so not complaining on like at Javon, but I just was like expecting with Javon being in it, we'd get some crazy
spot.
I figured he was gonna fly off the top and get RKO'd midair or something. But
LA Knight slipped off the corner.
The corner was greased.
Yep, but LA Knight also always be slipping.
He does mess up that move a couple of times.
It's the one where he runs and jumps up to it. He constantly falls.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a chamber match.
I'd give it like a
D plus
65
C. Yeah, it was whatever.
Well, mainly just because of the crap at the end.
Yeah, just keep the chamber lot, and that would have been a fun chamber.
But Randy Orton won, so
yes, phenomenal. All right, you go to the women's match, women's chamber.
Yes.
All right, women's chamber.
The women's elimination chamber. I liked this match a lot.
Yeah,
I had fun
think
with
this was
one.
No, it wasn't the best match. Second best match.
I really enjoyed it. You had Kiana James and Tiffany Stratton start the match.
Kiana, what a goat.
They were so brutal. And then Asuka was the next to enter. Mm-hmm. They were so freaking brutal in this match. Asuka's pod opens and Kiana instantly just rams into her.
Beautiful.
And then you get, for the entire next interval, them just slamming each other's heads into the chains, plexiglass.
The glass, yeah. They were actually utilizing the chamber. Yeah.
Like, I feel like the men's was just a match that could have happened with no chamber.
Absolutely, especially with all the run-ins.
Especially with these 3 girls at the start. They utilized it. And Kiana James especially, of course, I'm saying her name.
The GOAT.
She killed it.
Of course she did.
Her charging at Asuka was like my favorite part of the match.
Kiana James, top 3 in the company right now for me, women-wise.
Women's-wise, not like my all-time favorites, but of what I'm like enjoying to watch.
To watch weekly, yes. Absolutely.
I fully agree with you.
Absolutely. Alexa came out next, did her stuff. Rhea was number 5, and then Raquel was number 6.
Then Alexa got misted by Asuka, which is legal.
She was set up the sister
Kiana James pins her and eliminates her.
What a goat.
Good job, Kiana.
What a goat.
Then we got Raquel. She put Kiana through a pod and then Tahana bombed Asuka onto her and pinned both of them.
Double pin, yeah.
Good job. They made Raquel look strong.
Absolutely.
Won this match.
Yes, she should have.
And then we got Tiffany and Rhea teaming up to eliminate Raquel.
Take care of the big scary one.
Did I mishear, or were the fans booing when that happened?
I don't really know. The audio just didn't feel like the crowd was necessarily always like relevant. I feel like at pay-per-views you can always hear the crowd, and then during watching this one, it just felt like not that they were a dead crowd. It just like almost like they toned it down, in like the audio settings. But the moment they started teaming up on Raquel, I was done. I was so upset because I knew Raquel was
and then it came down to Rhea and Tiffany. Mm-hmm. And a little bit of action happens, not much.
Nah.
Rhea wins the match.
Yeah.
After Rhea and Io lost the tag team titles on Friday,
we
did not know about that going into our predictions. We both said we would have picked Rhea Ripley if we knew she was losing the tag team titles.
Absolutely. The moment you take the titles off them, it's for sure, hey, Rhea's winning.
It's just, I mean, I prefer Rhea over Tiffany because I don't want to see Tiffany Jade again.
Yes.
But I prefer
Rhea's going
Raquel
to have to
winning over all of it.
Absolutely carry this match.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like,
it's
so
not
hard.
that I'm not like, it's not that I'm like, oh my God, don't like Rhea Ripley. I wish she wouldn't have won this.
No.
I'm happy she's getting away from Io. I'm happy at the prospect that she's probably going to beat Jade.
Yes.
It's just disappointing because you had Raquel in this Elimination Chamber match.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
I'm with you. I don't dislike Rhea at all.
I personally didn't like Rio much as a team.
Hated Rio.
But I feel like they literally were just like, let's just throw away. Throw away these, what we've built since like January.
Yep.
And it's like, then why did we put the belts on them at all?
Exactly.
Because it's not like they had a very like substantial reign. They beat Julia and Kiana.
They hugged a lot.
Fought Nia and Lash 2 times.
Yeah.
And lost to Nia and Lash, which I'm happy that
Nia
and
I'm
Lash
good with
are
them winning the
tag
belts.
team champs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt like Rhea was a bit of like let's just do it with Rhea.
It was a snap decision. They decided, realistically, what sells WrestleMania, like we said about, is Cody going to sell WrestleMania? Rhea sells out of everyone in this match. Put her in the main event. Or they probably won't main event. But
I feel like it wouldn't feel as much like that if they didn't just swap the tag titles the night before.
It would have been
like
better
if the
if
tag
they
titles
kept the
had
tag
swapped
titles.
when they did the first match.
Mm-hmm.
Or, it could have been a little bit interesting.
You wouldn't have been, it would have been
titles.
more interesting because you wouldn't have expected Rhea to win.
Yeah.
We were fully convinced.
I fully agree.
They'll go into Mania champ, so Rhea's not winning this match.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the tag titles and it's an instant flip. Rhea's definitely winning the chamber now.
Yeah.
You could have kept some
put
suspense.
Io in there and Rhea has no tag belt.
You could have kept some suspense in there if you kept the belts on them. Or like I said, had them drop the belts way earlier in the run.
They should have dropped the Julia and Kiana.
Yes. Kiana deserves it.
They both deserve it.
Kiana's the GOAT right now.
But we got Rhea winning. Wrong decision, but I still thought the match was really fun.
Yes,
so,
yes. It's the best chamber in recent memory.
And it's still better prospect than Jade Cargill versus Michin. Rhea's one of the few people I have faith that can actually get the belt off of Jade.
Yeah, no.
Because WWE's not going to want her to lose.
Back to your comment, Jade Cargill versus Michin. You could literally show me Michael Cole sitting at the announce table, and I'm more excited to watch Michael Cole call the match than I am to watch the match. Let's just be honest here.
I agree.
So yes, Rhea Ripley gives you a lot more prospect than Michin versus Jade Cargill.
And SmackDown needs a top dog like Rhea.
Yeah.
Raw can afford to not have her.
Absolutely. They don't. Did we get a women's match on Raw? No, we didn't. They don't even care about the women's division right now. On Raw this week, we did not get a women's match. Not. All the women there, you had AJ Lee come out and talk, and the Liv Morgan vignette on Vicaire, and you saw Liv and Raquel talking in the back. That's it. The women's division was dead this week. Oh, you had Bayley and Lyra talk to Pierce. Yeah. 4 matches on Raw, no women's matches.
7 matches on SmackDown.
7 matches on SmackDown. All right, we'll continue real quick. You want to go AJ Lee and Becky?
AJ Lee and Becky.
The most disappointing part of this.
The worst decision they could have made.
Yes. The worst decision.
I would have preferred seeing... No, I wouldn't. I was about to say Cody Rhodes win the Elimination Chamber.
I was going to say Asuka winning the Chamber.
Just why?
Why?
Like AJ,
aside from being in Chicago,
AJ didn't even look bad in the ring.
No,
but like you're gonna do this. Cool if she wants to be a fighting champ. She's losing it at Mania to Becky Lynch.
She should lose it at Mania.
She will lose it at Mania to Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
like it's just because they're in Chicago.
That's the only reason I think it is.
I'm tired of WWE doing stuff just because they're in Chicago.
Yeah. I don't care that they were in Chicago.
You didn't let AJ Styles win in Paris against Dom Mysterio. You didn't
or
even
retire
put them on
in Paris.
You didn't even put them on the card for the pay-per-view.
Raw.
Stop doing stuff just because it's Chicago.
Yeah, I don't
care.
They
booed Danhausen. Screw Chicago.
I mean, the match was fine. I don't get... Let's go back. We said a couple weeks ago, it might have been last week, realistically, Becky Lynch, if she chooses to be, is the best one out there.
I don't get why Becky Lynch is weak.
Why is Becky weak? Why are we doing so many heel tactics during the match just for her to lose?
Yeah.
She should have won that match for doing all the crap that she did. So that AJ Lee has a reason to say, you couldn't beat me straight up. Mm-hmm. Now we'll fight again at Mania. That makes sense.
They're in Chicago.
They're in Chicago.
What you gonna do about it?
Give AJ Lee the
AJ
belt.
Lee's not even from there, but what you gonna do about it?
Well, guess what? She's gonna be a fighting champion, like her husband.
And the women in the gauntlet match are all fun pigs.
Yes.
From Ivy Nile.
My question to you is, her words were, the next time you see me in this ring, I will be defending. When is that next time? Is it 2 weeks from now?
It's not going to be Mania because she said, I'm not waiting until
exactly.
Mania to defend
She
my
needs
belt.
to be weekly relevant.
I think it'll... So you're getting the gauntlet match next week.
Next week.
It'll at most be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
At most.
Which
hopefully it's the
4 weeks
week
from
after.
Mania.
Hopefully it's the week after the
Yes. If realistically, if she wants to be a fighting champ, she needs to get 2 title defenses at least in before Mania.
I agree.
Will we get that? To be
I
determined.
don't think they're going to make us wait till 2 weeks before Mania.
They shouldn't. The other thing is...
Especially when you're already doing this gauntlet match with a stacked lineup.
Stacked.
All these people now want a mid-card title.
Yeah, they didn't care about it before.
Raquel, Bailey,
Lyra, Ivy Nile.
And Asuka.
I was shocked that Maxine wasn't in it.
Well,
Maxine might be hospitalized.
What's happened? Why didn't we get Maxine versus Natty for another 2-second match?
I literally said that today to somebody. I said, you had Raw with 4 matches, no women representation. I would have liked to see Natty destroy Maxine again.
You know what I love? Becky eliminated Maxine from the Rumble, and then Natty eliminated Becky. And it was like, they're all going to fight for the IC title.
Who cares? AJ Lee's in Chicago. She's got to win the belt.
What's the point in having Becky Lynch get eliminated by Natalya? Or Natty.
Nothing.
If you weren't going to give her a title
literally
match.
nothing. It accomplished nothing.
I don't know.
But AJ Lee's your IC champ. We got this prediction wrong.
I hope Raquel wins the gauntlet. Or Lyra.
I hope Raquel...
I could probably see it being Bailey.
I would love it for be Bailey. I'm still holding out hope we're going to get Raquel getting shoot into a triple threat.
But if you let Io, you gotta let Io lose it because you can't put Io against AJ. One, she'll run circles around her, and 2, you can't put Io and AJ in a match and let AJ Lee win.
Exactly.
I would be like, that's the biggest piece of crap.
Yeah, this is garbage.
You're letting her beat your best in ring female wrestler.
Yes.
After this is her 4th match back.
After she already beat the GOAT.
Her 2nd single
Becky
match
Lynch.
back.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
And also Io is above the Intercontinental title.
Yes, but also, since Rhea's fighting for the Jade's title, what are you doing with Io?
Io versus Julia.
Okay. I'm fine with it for the U.S. title or just a match.
Or you put the U.S. title in like a ladder match or something.
No. But then that means Io's going to go to SmackDown with Rhea.
No, don't let her win
separate them. You would have Julia beat Io?
Absolutely.
No, you would have Julia beat Io. Yeah.
What type of a question is that?
My bad. I didn't even think about it.
I don't think Io should hold a mid-card title.
She shouldn't at this point
soon.
in time. Yeah.
But also, I mean, if you just do a multi-man match, then
yeah, you can throw her in there.
All right. Io and Kyrie reunite tag title match.
Asuka and who? Oh, they're just
Asuka and Bailey.
Okay, sure.
Io gave Bailey a weird look.
Yeah, she did. When she was coming out of Pierce's office,
she was like,
"What are you doing here?" All right,
but there you go. There's all the setup you need. WrestleMania tickets will start soon.
Absolutely.
Damage Control versus Damage Control.
Yeah,
bring back Dakota Kai.
No, thank you. We had Finn Balor versus the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk. We knew how this was going to go down. I thought it was a great match.
Finn lost.
Yeah,
I thought it was a very fun match.
Yes, this was my favorite match of the night.
I didn't like it as much as their one in Belfast.
No, but I still think this was overall just a really good
But you still did a great
match.
job of making Finn look like he could win the match in, in a bubble where the Roman Reigns stuff isn't happening.
I didn't understand.
And he put him through the barricade.
I get the Chicago Bulls entrance that CM Punk did, but I was like, this is so weird. Yeah. It took way too long.
Well, I mean, they're in Chicago.
Yeah,
so
it was, and I'm sure Punk.
You got to pull out all the stops for that.
But
place.
I bet, for Punk, I bet you that was awesome as a personal moment. But yeah, the match was great. We knew CM Punk was going to win. Mm-hmm. Finn shook his hand after the match.
Yes.
He almost called Judgment Day out to help him, and then he decided to stop. I'm going to do this on my own.
And he lost on his own.
That's okay.
But I prefer him losing on his own than losing with Judgment Day interference.
Yes.
He lost.
And they shook
Punk's
hands.
hand,
yeah.
Went to the back. That's about that. The CM Punk Finn Balor feud's over.
We're on to
It
WrestleMania.
made almost no impact on the WrestleMania scene, apparently.
They were jeopardizing the main event of WrestleMania.
Jeopardizing. It was jeopardized.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the last thing from Elimination Chamber.
Absolutely. We get...
Very nice, very evil. Danhausen was in the box. I didn't expect that for 1 second.
As I'm sitting watching Chamber, completely forgot about the box. Wasn't even on my mind until Aldis and Pierce came out with the box. I said, oh, here we go. Who's in the box? Or what's in the box? Was still expecting a statue. And we got Danhausen. Cool
with
little dance
a whole
number.
Group of girls doing a dance.
Running down to the ring, dancing around
and then
the ring.
He just disappeared.
Gave Michael Cole some teeth. Shook Wade Barrett's hand. Gets in the ring. We get a puff of smoke and he's gone.
I love it.
How dare Chicago boo that?
How dare the wrestling world? Everybody. Why are y'all allergic to fun?
Yeah.
What did Danhausen ever do to y'all?
Nothing.
Did you really want Chris Jericho to come out of a box? Is that what you want?
Sick.
You want Jericho to debut out of a box? No, but you know who is great at debuting out of a box? Danhausen.
Absolutely.
And it was a great pick.
Yeah.
And it's more exciting than a stupid statue
Yes.
of Triple H. It's more exciting than
what else could it have been?
Omos?
Yeah,
Like,
what else could it have been?
it's Danhausen.
It's Danhausen. Hype.
In my opinion, the best prospect. I mean, freaking Kenny Omega wasn't going to come out of there. What did y'all expect?
We've already said it off camera, but this would have gone over so much better
if it was on Raw.
Been a pay-per-view.
If it was on Raw.
If Pierce had just opened the box on Raw, we would have been fine.
And the people are posting stuff of him, and it's like, this is what Triple H thought was best for business. Well, in my opinion, business is better with Danhausen than without it.
I can agree with the statement.
So, yes.
It was best for business.
I support you on this one, Hunter.
We got Danhausen, debut, people booed, so upsetting. But Danhausen didn't hear that because on Raw he said, I debuted to a thunderous applause, and I love it.
And he gave Adam Pearce his list of demands. I don't remember what they all were.
I just know there was a finger point picture with Triple H.
He wanted to be on the side of all the big trucks.
Yeah. There was something else. At least one more. Might have been two more things. I don't remember them all, but...
And it was on a soaking wet piece of paper
that he dropped
in the toilet.
What a guy.
And then Adam Pearce introduced him to Judgment Day. Dom hated him.
Finn said, be nice,
Finn
he's
told
new.
him to be nice to Danhausen. And then Danhausen cursed Dom Mysterio. Screw it. Let's just segue right into that.
Okay.
We'll get back to the rest of Raw. He cursed Dom Mysterio right before Dom Mysterio's Intercontinental title defense against Penta earlier in the night. He was like, hey, JD, y'all going to be out there for me to help?
JD's like, of course.
And then Finn walks in and was like, to help me celebrate at the end. And Finn's like, yeah, Dom, I'll be out there to see you win.
I got you.
Then, during the match, Penta, Dom, fine enough match.
Yeah.
It existed. We've seen them wrestle 100 times at this point. Dom asked JD to go get him the bell, the hammer for the bell. Finn stops JD.
He wants to do this on his own. Let him do it on his own.
He said he wants to do it on his own. The hammer.
Yeah. Let him do it on his own.
Let him do it on his own.
And then Penta flew out and took them both.
Penta flew out of the ring, took them both out, got back in the ring. Mexican Destroyer defeated Dominic Mysterio to win the Intercontinental Championship.
I know this crushes the WrestleMania dream right now of Finn being the IC champ beating Dom. But Penta has so deserved the IC title.
Love that Penta has a title.
So deserved this.
But the second I found out, I was like, no! Finn's not going to win the belt.
Yeah. As soon as it happened, I was like, oh, Christian's going to hate this. But he deserves it.
What if it's a slight sign? What if it's WWE saying, we don't want Finn in the IC title picture because we want him to win a world title when he gets a belt again?
So we're back to the thought process of, can we do Dom Finn at Mania without a belt being on the line?
Absolutely,
we can, absolutely.
Yes.
The story it's already built itself. That's what they're going to do. I don't want them to take the belt right back off Penta so Finn can beat Dom for it at Mania. That'd be pointless.
It will not be Demon Balor.
No, it needs to just be straight up Finn. It's the custody of JD McDonough battle.
It's not because I think JD's just going to side with Dom.
Yeah, probably. Finn's going to be the outcast.
Yes. So, I mean, is it exactly what I was hoping for? No. Is it the Intercontinental title off of Dom? Yes. Mm-hmm. Should he have just vacated it?
Absolutely. Penta could have been IC champ weeks ago.
But you got Finn essentially costing Dom the IC title.
First title defense since November when he won it. Second match since I think he won it. Because the first would have been the Elimination Chamber.
He got hurt like right after he won it.
Should have vacated.
That's crazy.
Congrats, Penta.
Congratulations, so awesome. Penta. One of my favorites.
What a guy.
Can't wait to see what he does for the IC title at Mania.
I'm hoping he goes crazy. Luchador. Everyone challenge
Luchador him. Crazy match at Mania. Okay. Him, both El Grandes.
Dragon Lee.
Rey
Mysterio.
And Rey. And throw his brother Rey in there.
That'd be cool.
Nah, Rey Mysterio, if he's at Mania, is going to retire.
Crazy.
But yeah, no. That's what happened with the IC title. Yeah. No more Dom.
I'm personally not upset about it. It would have been cool for Finn to beat Dom at Mania, but I'm glad Penta has a title. So awesome.
I'm glad Penta didn't lose another title match.
Yes, absolutely.
Because if he lost another one, it'd be like, okay, like, why are we even trying at this point?
Absolutely.
But
well, you want to go run through SmackDown real quick since it was in the past?
No, I don't, because there was stuff I wanted to... I don't know how we ended up segueing into that. There was stuff I wanted to talk about from Raw after Chamber.
Okay.
And Raw had like 3 matches. So.
Okay, we're going to run through Raw real quick.
First, starting with the Vision, because we started this episode with the Vision, and I said we get back to it.
Yeah.
Vision started the show and Seth came out there. The Masked Men came out. Started
5
then Seth
men,
came
then
out.
Seth, yeah.
Stomped Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman got put on a stretcher, put in the back of the ambulance. Jimmy Uso shows up to attack Austin Theory.
Logan went to go get the car, so Theory's by himself.
And then Jimmy pulls up in a car, attacks Theory. And then Jimmy looks to the driver's seat, and LA Knight turns, and he's like, I'll take him from here. I'll get him the help he needs. Yeah. And then he kidnaps Paul Heyman.
Beautiful. I hope Paul Heyman's gone for a while.
LA Knight kidnapped Paul Heyman.
So awesome.
I wish they would have done like a kind of an implied, like they used to do in NXT when Tony D'Angelo would put you in the back of the car, and you wouldn't
show back
up. I wish LA Knight would have gone like thrown Paul Heyman off a bridge or something.
Drive the truck off a bridge.
That would be sick.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Paul, I don't know what's gonna like. Where did LA Knight take him?
Literally, this was a cool moment. This is not going to play into really anything because Paul will be back with Brock whenever Brock comes back. I think next week or the week after. So,
and then we had Jimmy Uso face Austin Theory later in the night. Match ended in a DQ because Logan Paul got involved, and then Jey Uso
pulled up with the crutches,
and a bandage on his head. They attacked the Vision.
1D to Austin Theory.
So here's the issue. What are you going to do with the Vision at Mania? Because you got 2 members, you got 4 people going in for them. I feel like you have to run Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at this point. He cost him the Elimination Chamber match. Seth's got to have a singles match.
Yeah.
Do you do Vision fighting on 2 nights?
Pierce did say Seth's not medically cleared yet.
But he will be.
I would hope so. But
he was just saying that because Seth didn't.
Yeah. I know they were saying it for story, but.
Because Seth hasn't talked to Pierce. He just showed up at Chamber.
Seth versus Logan will be great.
We've seen it before, but. I mean, with Bronson and Braun both out, which are obviously the 2 that they would have preferred to do it with, you're going to have to run Seth Logan.
So now you've got Theory, who is going to flounder by himself as the pressure.
Unless you do Theory versus LA, but that does not feel like a WrestleMania match to me.
Okay, so you're going to
I wish there was at least one more member.
Yeah.
So you could do like the Usos and... I wish there was 2 more members. I wish... Braun and Bronson didn't get hurt, so that you could just do 4v4. Mm-hmm. Seth, LA, and the Usos versus the Vision.
The question is, we're going into Mania. Obviously, we know Braun and Bronson aren't there. Like we said last week, they're going to try what they can to keep the Vision afloat with Logan and Theory. Do we have both Vision members lose at WrestleMania? Because I don't think LA Knight loses at Mania. I don't think Seth Rollins loses at Mania. So you're going to have
Seth Rollins is not losing to Logan Paul.
Exactly. Theory should not be LA Knight. I love Austin Theory. No way on earth
he would not.
Should be
he would
LA
not.
Knight.
They wouldn't book that.
Yeah.
my other thought was you might do Usos versus Logan in theory and then the next night do Logan versus Seth.
Having pulled double duty.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then I don't know what you do with LA Knight. I keep switching everybody's names around. You could just let LA Knight's get in a US title match or something.
Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar's fighting Obafemi. I'm not going to be convinced of anything else.
LA Knight's going to challenge Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I mean, we've got 7 weeks to Mania.
LA Knight versus
There's
Paul Heyman.
plenty of time. Awesome. There's plenty of time for them to build whatever they're going to build.
It's just... Unless you don't put the Usos in something with the Vision at all.
They may
but
not.
I don't.
But
you're gonna have the
realistically...
Usos on the card.
Yeah, they got.
But if they're not facing the Vision, I have no clue who else they would face. Don't say New Day. Xavier Woods is injured.
No. Grayson Waller and Kofi. Yeah, I have no idea what they're going to do with the Raw tag titles or the SmackDown tag titles.
Not even just with the tag titles, just with the Usos.
Usos have to be on the card. And it better not be Jey Uso in a singles match.
It won't be.
It doesn't need to be.
Because you don't have enough people for him to face like that.
Yeah.
The Usos are going to be on the card. If they're on the card, the belts are going to be on the line unless they're in a bigger multi-man match.
Absolutely should be, yeah.
If they're not facing Austin and
Logan
then
no
WWE's going to have to pull something out of nowhere.
Trying to think who they could even pull out of nowhere. There's nobody.
Tag title unification match.
MFT versus Bloodline or Usos. Solo and Dama versus Jimmy and Jay. And Jimmy and Jay should win. But I want Solo to win.
I wouldn't, because I don't want Solo holding a tag belt.
He's just going to give it back to... Then there'd be 4 belts to give to everybody.
They shouldn't do that.
They shouldn't. But what are you going to do? The only tag teams left in WWE are on SmackDown watching Johnny Gargano roll around on a freaking basket. I mean, there's nothing. They've destroyed tag team wrestling.
Obliterated it. And Nick Aldis said the tag team titles aren't being defended on my show.
Okay, Jay Cargo didn't defend for 100 days?
You're like, what? Nick Aldis, you're the one who stopped booking the tag team guys.
Yeah, you stopped booking the tag titles at all. Julia had like no title defenses when she was U.S. champ. Gave her no title defenses. I mean, you want to start pointing fingers at the MFT because they're not defending. The Wyatts didn't defend the belts either.
And it's not like the MFT aren't wrestling.
Exactly. They're weekly programming.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest decision Aldis could have made.
I mean, at least he's not just like, y'all are going to fight the Wyatts. He said there's going to be a number one contendership match. But the issue is now, when you do a number one contendership match, everyone just loses. Unless the Street Profits return.
Could be.
I was saying everyone just loses any momentum right after it because they lose it.
Yeah, they lose the match and then storyline with the tag team. Catering, yeah.
Street Profits.
Maybe. I don't know.
Street Profits, MFT.
Maybe. Maybe the Street Profits come back on Raw since they need help in the tag division and they fight the Usos. At Mania.
Street Profits versus Usos would feel really weird.
It would feel weird, but it'd be a good match.
I'm not. That wasn't too. It would be a good match. It's just like I don't.
Again, we're 7 weeks out. There's no telling what they're going to run, aside from the main events. We still don't know what the main event is.
Maybe you just reveal that. Who's in the chamber? Who was in it? No tag team guys were in the chamber.
Besides Logan, technically, Vision team. He's not a tag team.
A tag team dropped Jay. Just for the heck of it?
The Street Profits. Somebody returning.
The Street Profits aren't going to come back as heels.
Maybe. It's not going to be Otis and Tozawa. It's not going to be the New Day. Who else do you have on Raw?
Could be the New Day. I mean, maybe Xavier will get
better by Mania.
I don't know.
If you're asking me, looking at the roster of WWE, if we're looking at the matches they're booking to sell Mania, New Day Uso sells Mania to me. But it's the best match you've got out of everybody.
Maybe you run Kofi Waller versus...
Why not? Give Big G a spot. Let him actually do something besides walk around the ring.
This is all like... it's like a puzzle. Where, like one of those puzzle games where you gotta like shift the blocks around and you have like one open spot and you gotta get them all into the right spot.
Yeah. It's a tag team shuffleboard.
But we can't figure out where... It's not just tag team, it's all of it.
Yeah.
It's really just revolving around the vision. Where is every piece supposed to
fit,
be going?
Yeah.
What move has to be made for something to work? I don't know.
I have no idea. Like I said, they're going to try to keep Vision afloat. I don't think it will matter.
Ends up having to fight Austin Theory at Mania, it's got to be like an Extreme Rules match or something. And to make it feel like something, those two have to go out there and just absolutely kill
it. Yeah, which they are capable of. But will they happen?
Also, speaking of Mania, shout out Aleister Black is not getting that match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
No, but we did have Aleister talk to Randy backstage, to which he said, "Oh, I hope you use your anger in the chamber."
And Randy was like, "What do you want from me?
I can
flip the switch whenever I want. Is that what you want to hear?"
Yeah, and then he says, "Once I win the chamber, I'm coming to find you."
So he'll beat.
But then Aleister says, "Exactly as we planned.
We're planning to not make it to Mania."
Yeah, we're planning to have you beat us on the road to WrestleMania. Who cares then?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
All right. I mean, it's just to give Randy a match.
Continuing with Raw, we had Dragon Lee versus Gunther. Shout out Dragon Lee.
It's a fun match.
Yeah.
They really got me thinking Dragon Lee might win by count.
By count out. They actually had me believe it.
If Dragon Lee would have won by count out, Dragon Lee versus Gunther at Mania.
Absolutely.
You could have convinced me.
Absolutely. But now...
But they weren't going to let Gunther's one non-world title loss on the main roster beat
Dragon Lee. Should have been. I love Dragon Lee.
Oh no. Him and Gable might have been double count out. He lost to Chad.
Yeah, because that's what earned him the IC title.
It wasn't double count out, right? I'm pretty sure he got counted out against Chad.
Yeah, I think so.
It was so long ago, but it was so good.
Such a great feud.
Oh, I wish we could get Chad Gable back from injury.
But Gunther choked out. Agreed. He needs to come back. One of the best wrestlers on the roster. Gunther choked out Dragon Lee after Dragon Lee had me convinced. In other words, Dragon Lee killed it.
If Triple H had it his way, Gunther will just retire LA Knight at WrestleMania.
I mean, you don't utilize LA Knight any other way than to just lose, so you might as well. Asuka and Kari were backstage talking, and Kari said, "You said I did good last week." And Asuka just screams at her. AJ Lee pulls up, and Kari's just staring off into the distance.
You okay, girl?
Daddy!
And then she just disappointedly walks away. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! On SmackDown,
when she grabbed the little things on
Timothy Stratton's like skirt thing, and she says, "Are you jellyfish?"
That was beautiful. Oh, I loved it. AJ Lee, we already talked about it. She said she's gonna be a fighting champ. Mm-hmm. Yada yada yada. We also talked.
OG El Grande Americano faced Rayo
Americano. Okay, this match. Not that I didn't like the match or anything like that. You got Rayo, El Grande, and Bravo. We don't know who the three guys are, but they all three are really talented wrestlers and underutilized.
Yeah,
so upsetting. So upset. Where is Chad Gable?
Hurt.
Where is Pete Dunne?
Pete Dunne, they gave up on Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. New Catch Republic.
New Catch Republic was a fun tag team. Back.
Don't get me started, man.
They were a fun freaking tag team.
You with Andrade and Rey Fenix.
Was you with
that
New
was
Catch
me
Republic.
with the New Catch Republic.
Absolutely.
And it was so long ago at this
point.
But I loved them.
Yes.
They were awesome.
Absolutely. Where have they been?
They fought Judgment Day when Damian was still tag champs within. That's how long ago New Catch Republic's push was.
Yeah. Where are they now? Where are they now?
Non-existent.
So upset.
Maybe they're in catering.
Yeah. But this match was literally just a little bit of salsa dancing, a bunch of trying to unmask everybody, and then El Grande hit a nasty German pin Rayo.
But to an extent, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It's totally not.
I love that Michael Cole said, "This is how you can tell he's not El Grande because he's wearing black and gold and
he's
not
wearing
red, white, and
American
blue."
flag." Yeah. But I was gonna say it's totally against what El Grande should be wearing the black and gold, but he did look fresh in black. And
gold. He never wears red,
I know,
white,
but
and blue.
they got away from it.
I love that OG Grande was with Penta in the back before Penta's match.
When you win, I get a shot.
And Penta said, "You know me. Cero miedo," and then
they tap together.
These guys used to have beef. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Now they're besties backstage. But yeah, OG El Grande won the match. They're both in some kind of match in AAA.
It's like a fatal four-way though. That's not going to be.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying they're going to continue that beef in AAA. Yeah. It's not just on Raw. What else happened?
Rusev called out Oba, and then Oba dropped Rusev and made Rusev look like a little baby.
Rusev.
He's gonna leave WWE again soon. I can feel it.
Comes out ready to go in the ring. Stands on the announce table, calling out Oba. Oba's music hits. Okay, all right, cool. We'll get this match. Oba's not in ring gear.
Okay, cool. We'll at least get a lengthy fight. The fight lasts 30 seconds.
30 seconds and Oba throws him out. I get you want to make Oba dominant. I'm not against making Oba dominant. Rusev and Sheamus gave us such good bangers, and then you never saw Rusev again until the Last Time Is Now tournament. What are we doing?
I just don't understand how Rusev beat Sheamus in that generational feud, arguably feud of the year last year.
Then he fought
Penta and Dom for the IC title and lost.
And that was
it. And then they were just like, screw you, Rusev.
Go wear Rusev Day shirts, yeah.
What? Like, why?
I miss the days where like you actually could believe, these guys are going to go at it right now.
I miss the days.
They don't do it.
I miss the days when somebody would return to WWE and not just get screwed over.
Yeah.
Andrade returned, got terrible booking. Rusev returned, terrible booking. Aleister Black returned, terrible booking. Matt Cardona returned, terrible booking. Why? Why bring them back at that point if you're just going to do the same thing you used to do with them?
I agree.
Why is Rusev so pointless and meaningless and useless? He should be such a big player in your mid card, and he struggles to get 2 seconds of screen time a week.
Absolutely.
Rusev has been dead for so long. Yeah. We haven't said it in forever because there's zero.
They don't bring him out.
Zero chance.
He's not even
Rusev's just probably. TV. I hate to say it, waiting out for his contract to expire. Probably. And then he'll go back to AEW and be treated wrong there. And then go back to WWE and be treated wrong there.
Yeah.
It's just a constant loop. Nobody understands how to book Rusev, and it's really simple. Book Rusev how you book Gunther. It's that easy. It is that easy. I'm not saying Rusev has to win every match like Gunther, but
he's a dominant force.
That simple. How you're booking Oba, how you book Gunther, just do it with Rusev.
Yep.
End of story. No. Too many big hitters? Well, maybe you shouldn't have Oba, Gunther, and Rusev all on the same show. Just put Rusev on SmackDown.
Not only that, you shouldn't have all three of those guys on one show where you only give people 4 matches a week.
Exactly.
You could have Rusev and Oba on SmackDown, and both of them wrestle in the same night, and they're both going to have impact on the show. But you can only have one of them wrestle on Raw, if that, or just talk at this point.
I'm just tired of seeing WWE take these people who are so easily world championship caliber.
Absolutely.
Rusev and Aleister Black and Matt Cardona are all so easily world championship caliber, and they book them like the lowest of the low mid-carders. Rusev has as much prestige as... Actually, no. Akira Tozawa's gotten more pinfall victories than Rusev in the past few months. These people, they can't get anything for their lives.
Nope.
And I just don't get... Is it because they left and came back?
No, because
I didn't stop y'all from booking Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
Think about when it was Rusev before he left. He was Rusev Day. He was super over with the crowd, and they still weren't doing anything with him.
Yeah.
He was just going to be in that middle of the pack.
Maybe get a U.S. title.
Yeah,
but they weren't going to do it with him. Sniff the 24/7 title.
Absolutely. Cardona, again, with Zack Ryder, he was a U.S. champ. Had the look, the build, the moveset, the crowd reaction of a world champ. Was just going to win a U.S. title, and that's it. That's it. I mean,
and now Matt Cardona's returned.
I came back for gold.
He beat Kit Wilson.
Yeah.
He has beaten Kit Wilson.
And helped Mello in a couple fights with the MFT.
And then lost to Mello this week in the U.S. Open Challenge.
Yep.
That's it. Like, why can't we
got
book
immediately
these
destroyed
with
in the Royal
any
Rumble.
bit of thought?
Rusev and Cardona both destroyed in the Royal Rumble. Not even an impact in the match.
Yeah, 2 seconds in the match.
So stupid. But yeah, Bayley and Lyra, we already talked about they were going to go.
We've talked about everything on Raw. That shows that short.
Raw sucks. Next week, though, we did talk about the gauntlet. Did we say all the participants?
Yeah.
Raquel, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ivan, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Raw's done. Going to SmackDown. We're moving in a very weird fashion here.
We started with Uncle Howdy versus Solo Sikoa.
Who cares? Who cares?
Uncle Howdy won.
I don't like Uncle Howdy.
The MFT kept the lantern.
All right. Let me tell you, out of everything, the most upsetting part of this match, Solo put Howdy in the position for the Sister Abigail, and Joe Test says, That's Uncle Howdy's signature move, the Sister Abigail. No, it's not. That's Bray freaking Wyatt's signature move. It is not Uncle Howdy's. Uncle Howdy sucks as a wrestler. He's not his brother. Move on. Wyatt 6, suck. Done talking about it. MFT got jumped after the match.
What type of a name even is that?
Uncle Howdy. Which, I mean, I think Bray did.
I don't care.
It,
I don't like him. I don't like him.
I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. It literally like boils my blood every time they come out.
The Wyatt sucks, man.
The
Wyatt sucks so much. Thank God Nikki Cross. I shouldn't have just said that.
Don't say her name.
No, I'm not, because I don't want her to show up in the background of another U.S. title segment.
What else happened?
Tiffany Stratton fought Kairi Sane. Tiffany Stratton's a jellyfish.
That was so awesome.
She beat Kairi. She challenged Asuka. Asuka said, I'm not going to fight before Chamber. You can fight Kairi Sane.
Chelsea Green.
It's Kairi time.
Why not? Chelsea was on commentary, and Kairi fell on her. Jumped out of the ring and hit Chelsea Green. So
shout out
Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green injured, still shows up to work. Love it. Oba versus Miz.
They did the same thing they did with Kit, and Miz talked for a while.
I want to be your Undertaker. And he said, you have no resemblance, but you are going to be a dead man.
And then he
squashed Miz. Okay. Mello versus Cardona. But before this, we had him talk to Ilya.
Ilya said, I'm not worthy of a U.S. title shot.
You are so right, Ilya. You've lost way too often lately. I agree.
You go defend it against someone else. And Mello was like, I'm tired of hearing your pep talk to me every week. You need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because opportunities like this, they're happening every week right now, but that's not forever.
Mm-hmm. And then...
so, Ilya, get out there and figure it out. Put Tama Tonga in his place.
Yeah. Ilya said, go to work, man, or something like that. And Mello said, oh, I will. Like, Mello, at this point, get away from Ilya. Maybe Mania. Maybe. But no more interactions with them for a little bit.
I agree.
They need to be separated. But Mello fought Cardona. We already talked about it. Cardona lost. It was a great match, but Cardona is going to put on a great match. Mello's going to put on a great match. Let's move forward. R-Truth decided to explain to everybody how to use ESPN. I don't want to talk about the ESPN
ad. That's the only way Humberto and Angel can get on a freaking screen.
The only way R-Truth can get on a screen if Damian Priest isn't talking to him. They've ruined everybody. Candice LeRae versus...
And it's still a better show than Raw.
Still a better show than Raw. 1,000 times better. Jordan Grace versus Candice LeRae. Candice had put Gargano laying across the announce table. Why not?
Gargano just gets up and starts walking away
like towards the end of the match. Candice just like, hey, where you going? What are you doing? Where you going? And then Jordan Grace just hits her with a nasty German. 1, 2, 3. Jordan Grace wins.
I hate that I can't enjoy watching this because it is inherently funny.
Yeah.
But it sucks
stupid.
because it's happening to Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
It would suck no matter who it's happening to, honestly. Yeah. But, like, it is funny.
Yeah.
I need it to stop happening, but it's funny. Yeah. So it's like...
Yeah. I know I feel the same way. The other thing I didn't like is Jordan Grace just fought Jade and almost beat her. Why is she actually having, like, a strong match with Candice LeRae? Not saying Candice can't wrestle, but realistically, booking-wise...
I like that happened.
Realistically, Candice should have been, like, about to get squashed, and
the thing
Johnny
is,
got
you're
up.
Never going to be able to build up these people if they keep getting squashed.
I agree.
So, if it takes making Jordan look a little weak
to have Candice
have a good match,
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
But Candice could fight Alba. And they could both put on a great match.
But when Candice is fighting Alba and putting on a great match, neither of them ever do anything. So you're not elevating anyone because it's like, oh, the D tier can face the D tier.
I guess.
Whereas if she fights someone who just fought for the world title and puts on a semi-decent match, it's like, oh,
yeah, they didn't put on a bad match.
Candice LeRae's got a little bit of sauce to her.
I'm not saying Candice can't wrestle. It's just out of nowhere, she's on par with a champion competing competitor.
Well, I mean, neither of them are making it to Mania, so it doesn't matter.
Probably not. But yeah, Gargano walked out.
We already talked about Lash and Nia and Rhea Neo pretty much. Lash and Nia won the tag titles out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Good for them. Lash's first title in WWE because NXT didn't know how to book her.
The one thing I was going to say about the match was I realistically think this was the best Rio match out of all of them. I think they actually were the best as a tag team in this match.
And they're now not
a tag team anymore. Well, that's all right. I'm fine with that.
We never got Rio versus Charlotte and Alexa.
Oh, Charlotte and Alexa were backstage.
Charlotte was eating ice cream. And then
Keanu said something, and she said, "So you have somebody to eat ice cream with?" And Charlotte said, "You can't have any."
And then she was like, "Are y'all not gonna be jealous of each other?" After Julia like screamed last week, and she said, "I'm passionate."
Yeah. And then Keanu said, "Julia's U.S. champ. I'm gonna win the world title, and then we're gonna win the tag titles." So now the plan has changed for making Julia a triple champ.
I mean, she's Kiana James. I mean, I'm not gonna
Why not? Okay, last thing I want to talk about SmackDown.
At this point, Kiana and Julia, if they miss WrestleMania, it's gonna be a crime.
I agree. We have the Sami Zayn segment with Jacob Fatu.
Another Sammy temper tantrum.
Just
turn heel.
No, Sammy's not going to be a good heel.
No, not turn heel like that. Just like I said last week,
go into business for yourself. Yes.
Drop Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes said, "Hey," and Cody Rhodes went and then walked away.
I do not like Sami Zayn going up to Jacob and saying, "It was you."
Man, I think it was you.
You're immediately asking Aldis for a spot? No. I got screwed too. You didn't get screwed, Sammy. Drew dropped me.
You didn't get screwed,
Sammy. No. Sammy, you were lined up for wins.
Rhodes.
And then Sammy immediately backtracked it. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Go win the match.
And then he like flips the table over.
Smashes a water cup. I don't care. If Sammy is not going to actually be good, like in terms of good booking, because he's not going to be, we're now heading into WrestleMania with nothing to do with Sami Zayn.
He's going to fight the returning. It was all a ploy.
Oh, here we go.
You never knew. It's Karrion Kross. He never actually got released. It was all a ploy. Karrion Kross called out Sammy, and now Sami Zayn's life is a living hell. It was all a ruse. Holy crap, imagine if it actually was. I'd actually think that's impressive.
I'm going on record right now.
It's Karrion Kross. Sami Zayn's fighting Karrion Kross at WrestleMania.
Sami Zayn fights Karrion Kross at WrestleMania, I will stop watching WWE. Legitimately. I'll be done.
It's all ploy. Karrion never got released.
He got released. I've seen him at multiple shows since he got released.
WWE is letting him do that.
Do a working contract on the side.
He never got released.
Horrible.
It's Sammy versus Karrion.
God, no. Just let him fight Alistair then. It's the same character.
No. It's long-term storytelling.
Oh, yeah. Long-term booking here. All right. Well.
This will be 2 years of Sammy Karrion.
Shout out to Nia Jax telling Kathy Kelly she wasn't invited to their celebration next week.
Oh, yeah. But, they're going to start dropping hints. Cody's going to come
No,
up.
they're not.
He's going to Sammy,
I'm
okay?
not listening to this
I don't know.
crap.
I don't know. It's just ever since SummerSlam.
Kross.
Ever since SummerSlam, I can't get the picture of Cross's pipe out of my head. He's just tormenting me. He's playing with me. I can't get Kross out of my head. Who's Karrion Kross? You don't remember Karrion Kross?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, because he was never good enough to have a feud with you.
Wow.
And then there will be another box.
This is what we're doing with
Karrion will come out of a box.
There's going to be a box and another box side by side. Scarlett will come out with it.
And 1 week, Danhausen's going to be like, Sammyhausen, are you cursed? And he's going to be like, I'm cursed with the cross.
Yeah. Okay. Match of the week, wrestler of the week.
Oh, it's happening.
It's not happening.
I
refuse.
I will go with the Women's Elimination Chamber as my match of the week. For my wrestler of the week, Danhausen.
I was about to say, if you don't do it, I will. Oh, all right. Match of the week. I'm going to go Finn versus Punk for the world title, and I will give wrestler of the week to Penta.
Not Randy Orton.
You're right. Penta, congratulations, bud. Wanted to give it to you because you won the IC title.
Tactics wrestler of the week. But your wrestler of the week is Randy Orton, and my wrestler of the week is
Danhausen.
Very nice.
I was so happy you gave it to Dan because I was like, somebody's got to. One of us has to give it to him. Oh,
he did great work this week.
Absolutely. To a thunderous applause.
Sami Zayn's going to fight Danhausen.
I'd be fine with it.
And Danhausen should win.
And Danhausen should curse Sammy before the match. Absolutely.
I'll just say
it now.
The Danhausen pitch real quick. Like we said, for Danhausen to work on WWE, he's got to curse everybody, and they got to actually come true. Yeah. He already cursed Dom, and he lost his belt. everyone who Danhausen curses should actually get bad luck.
Yeah.
That's how you make Danhausen work.
Yeah.
That's how you make him a character.
Yes.
And you mentioned people could threaten each other by saying, I'm going to go get Danhausen to curse you.
Absolutely. I could totally see. I think it would honestly work best with like Chelsea. If Chelsea was about to have a match, someone being like, Chelsea, I brought someone to wish you luck during your match, and Hausen shows up, Chelsea would book it out of the arena. It would be comedy gold.
Danhausen. He
Shout
needs
out.
to become the god of determining matches.
Randy Orton, my goat.
Danhausen needs to curse Cody Rhodes before his match with Drew McIntyre.
Yes, Hausen, go curse him. But don't curse Drew, just Cody.
Just Cody.
All right, that was this week. You're still champ. You're going to be champ for at least another 7 weeks because we have no title defenses coming up.
I mean, it was a tie.
Yeah, no.
It was no defense.
It was a double count out. It truly
was. Just, we're on the road. We're on the road to Tactics Mania.
Tactics Mania. We're all coming. But yeah, we appreciate you all for watching. We know where we're dropping every Thursday, 2 o'clock on YouTube. Audio-only versions on Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. No. Follow, subscribe, like, share. Do it all, please. Get the word out there.
Comment if you loved Danhausen this week.
Don't comment if you didn't like Danhausen, because that means we don't like you.
Not entirely.
Not entirely. But come on now, it's Danhausen.
Just have some fun in your life.
Yeah, for real. We appreciate you all for watching, listening, however you're consuming the product, and we will see you next week. Hopefully with more Danhausen action on Raw.
Absolutely.
Do you want to throw out a quick prediction of who's winning the gauntlet for AJ Lee's title?
I'd like Raquel. I'll pick Bayley.
Also like Raquel, I'm going to pick Lyra.
I think it comes down to
Bayley and Lyra. Yeah. All right, well, we'll see what happens, and we'll see you next week back here. Thank you.